The Sema is not a dance. Let us be clear about this from the outset. It is a turning, and a turning is something else entirely, something more akin to the slow, inexorable rotation of a weathervane in a wind that has been blowing for centuries, or the patient, grinding motion of a millstone that has long since ceased to grind anything but time itself. One observes the dervishes as they assemble in the semahane, the hall of whirling. They stand in a circle, their black cloaks, the hirka, falling from their shoulders like the gathered curtains of a funeral parlour. These cloaks are heavy, and not with wool alone, but with the accumulated weight of 7 centuries of grief. They are the vestments of the tomb, yes, but not merely of a worldly tomb. They are the tomb of a particular kind of scene, a particular kind of being in the world, the tomb of that ordinary, unremarkable self that wakes each morning, brushes its teeth and forgets mercifully that it will one day cease to be. The heart, the sikeh, rises from the dervish's head like a chimney or a minaret, or the obelisk of some forgotten Egyptian pharaoh. It is the color of dried camel dung, of desert sand, of the dust that settles on the shelves of abandoned libraries. It is the tombstone of the ego, they say. But a tombstone is a marker, a point of reference, a claim, if you will, upon a patch of earth. It says, here lies something that once was. To wear one's own tombstone is a curious vanity. It is to say, I'm already dead, and this dead thing that I am is now free to spin. The ego is buried, yes, but buried in a monument of its own design, a towering monument that draws the eye upward, even as it claims to have renounced all upward ambition. And then the spinning begins. It is a slow, stately affair at first, as if the dervishes are testing the air, gauging the viscosity of the space they are about to enter. Their arms rise, like the arms of a drowning man who has ceased to struggle and has instead surrendered to the pool of the deep. The right hand opens to the heavens, the palm cupped as if to catch rain. The left hand turns downward, the palm facing the earth, as if to pour out what has been received. It is a gesture of mediation, of commerce between the celestial and the terrestrial, a perpetual, motionless transaction that takes place at the axis of the whirling body. But consider the physics of this. Consider the centrifugal force, the relentless outward pull that strains the muscles, that flings the white skirt into a perfect, unwavering disc, that demands a constant, infinitesimal adjustment of the center of gravity. The spin is to be perpetually on the verge of flying apart. It is a sustained, disciplined negotiation with chaos. The dervish is kept spinning, held in orbit by the very force that threatens to cast him out. His open right hand receives what he cannot contain. His left hand dispenses what he has never possessed. He is a conduit, a hollow reed, a vessel through which something passes, something vast and impersonal, and utterly indifferent to his existence as a particular man with a particular name. And what of the planets whose motion the dervish imitates? The planets spin in the cold, silent vacuum of space, in the indifferent mathematics of Newton's laws. They spin because they must, because the universe is a clockwork of unimaginable complexity, and they are merely cogs. Perhaps they know nothing of God, nothing of energy, of peace. Perhaps they are simply balls of rock and gas, and their spinning is as purposeless as the spinning of a stone in a sling. The dervish, in imitating them, imitates their meaninglessness, and in so doing, perhaps discovers a strange, unlooked-for freedom. To become a planet is to become a thing, a body, a mass in motion. It is to be released from the tyranny of the will, from the exhausting labor of choosing and deciding. The dervish spins because the earth spins, because the sun spins, because the galaxies spin in their slow, majestic, and utterly pointless revolutions through the endless night. They're recognized by UNESCO, these dervishes. Their ceremony is a treasure of humanity, a heritage and a monument. It is performed on festival days before crowds of tourists with their cameras and their souvenir programs. It has become a museum piece, a fossil of faith, a kind of living artifact that is preserved precisely because it is no longer truly alive. The dervishes of Konya today are the descendants of Rumi's disciples, but they are also the employees of the Turkish Ministry of Culture, performing their sacred turn in the glass case of official recognition. The wool has been replaced by synthetic fibers. The ecstasy has been replaced by choreography. The prayer has been replaced by spectacle. I guess we live in a synthetic world, fast food world, mech world, and yet one cannot quite dismiss the thing. One cannot watch the white skirts flare and the black cloaks fall away without a pang of something. Perhaps not faith nor belief, but a kind of exhausted recognition. It is the oldest human gesture, this turning. The prehistoric shaman spins to enter the spirit world. The child spins until she falls down, giddy and laughing, the world a dizzy blur of color and light. The prisoner in his cell turns in circles to keep warm. The dancer in the solitudes of her empty studio turns to feel the floor, to feel her own weight, to remember that she is still alive. Rumi, in his Mevlevi, tells of the reed that is cut from the reed bed and whose cry is the cry of separation. The dervish, in his turning, is that reed. He is cut from the source, and his spin is his lament. He turns to remember a home he has never seen, a unity he has never known, a God who is perhaps nothing more than the silent, unbounded space through which his body traces its endless, weary circles. He spins to exhaust himself, to empty himself, to become a shell of pure motion, hollowed out by the forces that move through him. And in that exhaustion, in that hollowed out state, there is a peace of sorts. A peace that is perhaps not the peace of the grave, but the peace of a thing that has ceased to struggle against its own nature. A stone falls and the river flows, a dervish spins. It is what they do. It is what they have always done. And we who watch from the sidelines, we who have long since lost the capacity for such motion, we can only stand still and feel the earth turn beneath our feet and marvel at the ancient, terrible, and utterly useless beauty of it all.